Well, unfortunately, North America's all-star run has finished after Bjergsen's loss in the 1v1. I'm here right now at the NALCS studio with coverage presented by HCC Esports to talk to him all about that and more. Bjergsen, what went wrong in those final moments of the third game against Uzi?
I think the third game was pretty much lost at like minute 2. I definitely underestimated the Kalista pick, and CSing on this map under tower is pretty much impossible because they changed just the damage numbers at certain minions, or the minion HP. And it's just really, really hard to CS on tower. So I think I just underestimated the Kalista pick, and I knew he was going to pick it. I thought Ryze would beat it. In Summoner's Rift, Ryze does really well against Kalista. You can kind of lock her down, stop her from jumping, but not on the 1v1, man. I got wrecked. And then eventually, I just had to try to fight him under tower because I was going to lose by CS.
The sense I got was that you and Uzi, at least the way everybody was kind of hyping up, were the two that were trying the hardest at the 1v1. Is that a fair statement, you think?
It's easy to say you're not trying if you lose in round 1, But I didn't try as hard initially. I didn't play that many 1v1s. I kind of went into the earlier stages unprepared, but then when I made it to the semifinal, I thought, all right, I might as well actually prepare and try now that I made it this far.
What about that first game? Because it seemed like you were so far ahead, and then you had like pots and all this stuff, and then he just kind of went all in, right?
I think he kind of lured me into a false sense of security. And I was like, yeah, I'm wrecking this guy. This is going so well. This is easy, man. This is Uzi. And then he got lifesteal. He just turned it on me. I think he knew exactly when he could potentially win, exactly like the level and the power spike. And yeah, I just got wrecked.
All right, let's go back to North America's run here, because a lot of people have been critical of the team. It's kind of weird based on the event, but what do you think about North America's run?
Not ideal. I mean, I think when Kevin said in another interview that we didn't practice a lot, he didn't really mean as a 5v5 squad. He just meant individually. Yeah. I know Hunter and I didn't play thousands solo queue going into this event because we've been spending time with loved ones and family. My family recently visited LA, and that kind of took priority because I wanted to spend my holidays doing holiday things, not practicing 2 weeks up to this event. And I know that means it's a little bit disappointing for people to hear, obviously, that we perhaps didn't practice as hard as we could have, but even with the level that we were at or the practice we had or whatever, it's not like we didn't play at all, and I think that we should still have beat the Southeast Asian team. It seemed like this tournament kind of came down to the easiest comps wins because you don't have a lot of teamwork. It's hard to execute on strategies and snowball, and it seemed like they just picked the easiest comp possible and beat us with that.
All right, Bjergsen, you are probably the last person or last pro player I'm going to interview at this event, and so I'm ready for you to give me the completely honest, transparent, from the heart thought on All-Star 2017, this event, how Riot has changed it. It happened here at the NALCS studio. I'm sure you have nothing but good things to say. No, I am legitimately curious about, as the trash can goes by and picks up on the mic, I'm very curious about your take on the event.
I think it was an enjoyable experience, but it could be made much better. Personally, I feel like it's kind of in a gray area right now where it's kind of a try-hard tournament, but there's also no prize pool or real incentive for you to try hard and actually practice. It makes sense if Riot wants to do this 5v5. I think they should have it in an awesome location, the NALCS studio. I've been here a billion times. Last year was in Barcelona. That was an awesome experience. Riot took us out for a real Spanish dinner, and I just had a really good experience, whereas I feel like this is kind of boring for the players, it's boring for the fans. And like I said, I think either they should make a real incentive to play and try hard for 5v5 tournament, a prize pool. No one wants to take 2 weeks out of their holiday to practice up for this event if all you're playing for is honor, and this event's going to be forgotten in a few weeks. Or you can keep it a fun tournament that the pros don't need to practice a lot for. You can come in and have fun. They can even make it even more fun than they did last year. And I talked to Azale, and he said in some of the game modes like Tandem or One for All, instead of some people trying hard, some people playing stuff like Twitch in the Tandem mode, you just pick for the enemy team, and that makes it no one can try hard. You pick champions that are bad for the entertainment of the fans. And I feel like for Riot, it's just, I would prefer to play in a big venue. I think everyone does. The fans prefer it. And either you just go all out fun tournament or all out try hard and make it with a prize pool. Because this is, I haven't heard many pros speaking positively about the changes to this event.
Do you think even if they don't add the prize pool, if they just, let's say this event was in Hawaii, Would that be fun for you? I mean, it would be fun for me. But, a place like that, if it just was more of almost like a mini vacation event?
Yeah, but then they would still have to make it kind of a fun tournament, because if it's this format and people are going to Hawaii, they're going to be spending their time free, most likely practicing and scrimming, because it is a tournament. It's a tournament that the fans care about. They take it very seriously because it is kind of portrayed as a try-hard and competitive tournament. So no matter where the location is, if this is the format, there are going to be teams that try really hard.
Very good. Well, I don't want to end on a sour note, so is there anything, can you talk a little bit about what you did enjoy about the event or any of the fun experiences? I mean, I assume that more than other international events, you actually have a chance to maybe see some of the other guys that are here from other teams or anything like that. Heard you talking in the 1v1s in the comms to some of the guys, so any fun moments for you?
Getting interviewed by Travis Gafford is always awesome. I wouldn't have been interviewed if I wasn't here at All-Stars. And the 1v1s are still really fun. Even though it's try-hard, it's different, and I think it's really enjoyable to practice for and even play. I think just spending time with the guys that I was voted in with, playing with Mike for the first time, meeting Song, playing with Sneaky and Afro, those are obviously really funny guys and good at the game. So I think those are really my highlights. The 1v1, Travis Gafford interview, and just getting to meet and hang out with Sneaky and Afro.
If you really like this interview so much, we could just do one of these after every game that you play in the spring season. And then the fans would love that, right? Because they love getting access to you. So, should we just commit to that right here, right now?
No comment.
You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel.